Hello guys, it is me, Elliot here, showing you guys the customs. Elliot, what are you doing? Oh, you know, just showing the peoples on YouTube the customs. Do you even know what the customs are called? Not exactly. Yeah, you can go. But why? I want to help. Help? What does help mean? Don't make fun of my accent. That's one way to get someone to go. Hey guys, it's me, LPS here. And today we have an updated Creepypasta Customs. Because, I mean, oh god, I haven't posted one of my customs in over a year. Okay, so all of the customs in this video are new and improved versions of the old ones. So yeah. Woo! Let's get started. Let's get down to business. Whoop. The first character we're going to start out with is Ben Drowned. If you have seen my Instagram page or my 10 Things to Do If You Were Kidnapped by Ben Drowned, you'd already see him. But he was the first one that I have sculpted on, so he's pretty rough, but he's still one of my favorites in general. And if we do a comparison with him, and my first Creepypasta Ben Drowned, where is it? And never mind, I can't do it because he's in another bin. Okay, but here is Ben Drowned. The first repainted Creepypasta that we will go to is Tiki Toby. I repainted all of him, redid his eyes. I have to do some touch-ups on his nose, but otherwise, I repainted everything. And I gave him new goggles this time. So his goggles are removable. And I'm also thinking about redoing him again. Okay, the next custom we are going to move on to is Jeff the Killer. Just kind of putting him in the background. But all of the differences on him aren't actually in his face. I redid his eyes. I just made them have a thicker outline and a more fox-like look. And I also repainted his smile and made it thinner and longer. But I could have, when I could have waited to do it to make the smile longer, but I like how this looks. So here's Jeff the Killer. Next we have Pink Amina, which I'm hoping that her colors are actually messing up on the camera. Her pink is actually a lot more vibrant, but it is still showing up pretty cool on camera. I hope you can't even see the balloons. Let me just zoom in and then show you guys. So they're the little balloons. They are on both sides. She does not have the best paint job because she was one of the first ones that I repainted because I hated how my other one looked. But there's Pink Amina. This next character was frequently requested by many of you guys, and I just never got the time to make the video. But we have the Rake, and if you guys notice, his eyes do have some pink in them. It's because when I was glossing him, it kind of messed up the actual paint because I got this from my cousin and there was Sharpie, like red Sharpie on his eyes, so it kind of just messed with the color and turned it pink. But yeah, here's the Rake. The side's really messy, but this side, I like how this side looks a lot better than the other side. But yeah. Next up we have the Bloody Painter, and if you are wondering where his mask is, it is actually right here. It just cracked on the bottom and it's not staying on his face, for example, right there. But if you have seen my Instagram, you have seen him, as well as my unfinished Smile Dog. Then we have my repainted version of Sally. All I did differently was just repaint her eyes. I gave her a different little scarf and made the blood splatters look more realistic. So I'll zoom in on that so you guys can just, there we go. I think the ones on Pink Amina looked better just because I used like a different tool for it. But yeah, here's Sally. Here we have Clockwork, who is currently being repainted at the moment. This is my old one before my first one. I mean after my first one. And here is her new version, which is not done yet. But I sculpted hair and this little clock on her eye. She's being painted as of right now, and yeah, so this one's going to be repainted soon. Next up we have Jane the Killer, who was actually a sticker-dyed pet, so I had a lot of trouble painting on her eyes, but eventually got it. I sculpted all of her hair, which makes her actually very top-heavy, as you can tell. And part of her dress broke off when she fell off my shelf, as well as a few other customs. But yeah, here is Jane. This is the puppeteer. I sculpted his beanie, his hair, and his little cape. As you can tell, it's pretty rough. You can see all the little seams on him, but my favorite part is actually his eyes. Let me just zoom in and show you guys them. Oh, you can't even see it. All you see is yellow because this lighting. There we go. You can kind of see it on the side. There's orange and red outlining it. So here's the puppeteer. Here we have the skin taker, and I sculpted his cape and his hat, and the cape is painted under it too. So when he was actually a bunny before I sculpted, so I had to cut off the ears, and I just used clay and other things to smooth it out. This is my Justin Bieber looking masky. I don't know what I did, but he looks like Justin Bieber. But I'm gonna finish painting him, and just like there's a few parts that I just need to finish up. Otherwise, masky is done. His little hood and there's a few patchy areas, but otherwise he's pretty good. And he looks like Justin Bieber with the hair. And I was like, baby, 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 oh! Next up we have little Granny. He's pretty small. The only thing I sculpted on him was the little tooth, which I'll zoom in and show you guys. That's the only thing I did. That's the only thing I sculpted anyways. Everything else is painted, and he's pretty cute. I just made him out of a little kitten. So yeah, here's Granny. Okay, here we have Pirate Percy. He's featured in Candle Cove with the Skin Taker, but it's not actually a creepypasta. He's just part of it, and I thought it would be pretty fun to make them both. So yeah, they basically go together. I love him though. But yeah, here's Pirate Percy. Here we have the Slenderman. I sculpted his tentacles and just repainted him. The only thing I have left to do is just fix his tie and then seal him. But yeah, the main addition is just his tentacles and how. Yeah. Next up we have Mr. Stringy. He is a creepypasta, but he's more of like a little plush. So I used the head of a ladybug and the body of a mouse, and I just sculpted these little things and the little teeth and like all the texture on his head. He wasn't that difficult to make, except for the fact that I had to kind of make him look like worn down. So if you guys can, I don't know if you guys can even see it. There's like these little green patches and brown. But yeah, here's Mr. Stringy. Okay, here we have Hoodie. I'm planning on repainting him again because I don't like how his hood looks, like how it just like felt. Next time I'm probably going to sculpt it so that I don't have to worry about it falling off, even though it goes over his ears. I like the thought of sculpting it better than having felt. But yes, here is Hoodie. Next up we have Laughing Jack, which there's not much different about him except for the fact that he has suspenders. It's the only difference, and that his eyes are different too. But yeah, I got thinner paintbrushes, so that's how I made his nose look better, and his little brown. But yeah, here is Laughing Jack. He's not sealed yet. The last custom I want to show you guys is one that's really sentimental to me, so I'm going to be showing you guys my first Creepypasta custom along with it. And as well, I'm going to be, well, it kind of resembles the difference between my first custom and my most recent one, which was Masky, and the sculpting on Clockwork. But I'm going to show you my most recent one right now, well, the one that I'm comparing it to, which is Smile Dog. He's not completely done yet, but I wanted to add him in here. I sculpted his ears, his little tooth, and also I cut off a collie tail and his own tail, and then I put that on there. And the first one that I ever made is this one right here, and I did some repainting on him, but I wanted to keep him as normal as he was. So here is Smile Dog, and then my original Smile Dog, my new one, blah. But yeah. Okay guys, so that was the video. I do ask that none of you use my customs as a reference for your own because these took me a lot of time and effort, and I came up with the designs and sculpting myself. I had no references except for the actual the actual creepypastas, but I added my own little twist on some of them, and I wish and hope and ask that none of you guys use my customs as a reference. So yeah, also thank you guys for 2.8k, almost 2.9. I'm really happy. But yeah, that's it for this video. Bye guys! Boop.